Welcome back, Focus Learners. I am incredibly excited to be here with you today for a brand new edition of The Explainer. In the ongoing arms race of artificial intelligence, context and accuracy are, well, they're absolutely everything. It's no longer just about an AI spitting out text. It's about precision. It's about deep understanding and, crucially, reliability. Today we're unpacking how Google DeepMind is attempting to really pull ahead of the pack here. They've just released some major, highly targeted updates to their Gemini AI model, focusing purely on advanced retrieval and reasoning. We're going to unpack exactly what these architectural changes mean, how they fundamentally solve some of the biggest limitations AI has faced up until now, and what this means for the future of your daily workflows. Okay, let's dive into this. Google DeepMind has officially enhanced Gemini. That's the baseline news, but to really appreciate why this matters, we kind of have to look at what AI models have traditionally struggled with. Think about it. In the past, if you fed a model a massive document, it would inevitably lose the plot, right? It might give you a great summary of the introduction, but completely forget a crucial nuance buried on, say, page 47. Or worse, it would just invent a plausible-sounding fact to fill in the gaps. We've all been there. Well, this update is designed specifically to push past those exact limitations. There's no fluff in this release. It's entirely focused on architectural improvements to how the Gemini model processes, understands, and retrieves complex information from massive, dense data sets. It's really about turning the AI from a creative brainstormer into a rigorous, dependable analytical engine. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how DeepMind zeroed in on 3 specific engine room upgrades for this release. Let's look at them. They tackle the exact bottlenecks frustrating power users today. First up, we have long context reasoning. Think about feeding an AI a dense 500-page legal brief or a massive technical manual. This upgrade drastically improves the model's ability to maintain the logical thread from page 1 all the way to page 499 without dropping context or getting confused. Second is retrieval accuracy. This is your classic needle in a haystack problem. When the AI needs to pull a specific fact, a single data point, or just one quote from oceans of data, this ensures it's pinpoint accurate, so a lot less of those creative hallucinations and way more factual precision. Finally, tool usage. This is the one that shifts an AI from being a passive chatbot to an active agent. By enhancing the model's capacity to seamlessly interact with external systems and APIs, the AI can actually execute tasks, query live databases, or run code on your behalf. Mastering these 3 specific pillars is exactly what elevates this update from a minor patch to a massive leap forward. And this brilliantly illustrates how we move from the technical what to the practical why. When we look at how these under-the-hood upgrades translate to the real world, the connections are immediate, and honestly they're pretty powerful. By boosting retrieval and tool usage, DeepMind is directly supercharging enterprise RAG systems. In case you need a refresher, RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. It's the architecture that lets a company's AI securely search its own proprietary internal databases before answering a question. Flawless retrieval here means 0 mistakes when pulling your company's private data. Meanwhile, the massive improvements to long context reasoning are specifically anticipated to empower complex research workflows. Researchers can now feed in dozens of peer-reviewed papers simultaneously, trusting the AI to synthesize the information without losing the core logical arguments. And when you combine all of these upgrades together, you get drastically more capable AI-powered knowledge assistants. Assistants that don't just chat, but actively research, synthesize, and execute tasks across your digital workspace.
So the crucial point is that these highly technical terms, long context reasoning, precise retrieval, tool usage, they aren't just abstract AI concepts meant for a white paper. The ultimate goal of this entire update is to practically strengthen the enterprise systems that professionals rely on every single day. Let's bring this to life for a second. Imagine a financial analyst who previously had to manually cross-reference dozens of dense quarterly earnings reports just to spot a market trend. With these new Gemini enhancements, that analyst can rely on their AI assistant to ingest all of those massive documents at once utilizing that new long context reasoning. Then the AI can flawlessly retrieve specific, obscure revenue numbers using an enterprise RAG system, and finally, use external tools to actively model that data into a projection chart. These enhancements from DeepMind are deliberately designed to turn these workflows from tedious manual labor into instant, reliable, and highly effective automated processes.
Which brings us to our final, compelling question for today. How will enhanced reasoning and perfect retrieval redefine our AI-powered knowledge assistants? With Google DeepMind successfully pushing these exact boundaries, we're stepping out of the era of simple AI chatbots and right into the era of flawless digital agents. If your AI assistant can now maintain perfect logical reasoning over incredibly long contexts, retrieve data without hallucinating, and seamlessly use external tools, well, the ceiling of what it can do for you has just been completely shattered. I want you to truly consider how this will change the way you structure your own daily workflows. Over the next 12 months, which parts of your job could be completely automated or at least dramatically enhanced by an AI that finally understands the full context of your work? Think deeply about that as you go about your day. Thank you so much for joining me on The Explainer to break this down, and as always, keep learning.